Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. I know what you're going to say. Surely not, Paula. They're not going to do it again. And my question to you is, why not? They've done it twice already successfully. So let's get into this video. I know what you're thinking. What are you talking about, Paula? Well, we have seen Meghan Markle and Harry present and introduce, and the monarchy introduce in the line of succession, two children born under questionable circumstances that to this day, everybody pretends not to look at, not even to deep dive into it, okay? Neil Sean and any other, they don't want to talk about it. And what the answer that we get is that if they put him there, it's because sure the documents are there. Yeah, because we've never been lied to by government officials nor the monarchy. We know that the monarchy cover up for Harry, for Meghan Markle. We know that. So we have two children in the line of succession. One of them sixth in line to the throne. And it's going to be quite a few years before George becomes of legal age and has children of his own to push them down the line of succession. Okay, we have Harry, fifth in line to the throne and regent in case anything were to happen to William or Charles. Yet this is allowed to stand. This is allowed to stand. I'm going to show you this because this is actually quite concerning. Because in her... Or I'm going to highlight this. I'm not going to show it to you because I highlighted in the video or the live I did yesterday. When the Queen's statement, she said that she had hoped that Harry and Meghan would remain full-time working members of the royal family. And I stress that word because why would they say full-time? Why not only say they would remain working members of the royal family? Instead, it was very well said there that she wished they had remained full-time members of the working family, members of the working members of the royal family. So they're still part-time working members of the royal family. They're just not full-time. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because there's another pregnancy. We're going to have to go through another drama because Meghan Markle is desperate. I mean, nothing she's done has worked. She has successfully isolated two children from the entire world. We don't know how these children came into the world. The stories that they have put out do not add up. I mean, they really think we're imbeciles. They really think we're imbeciles. And the problem with that is that they've gotten away with it. And this is why they keep at it. So now we're going to have another miscarriage or another birth. And of course, with the title prince or princess. Because as Meghan said, they are entitled. Not that the queen, not that the king. It was Meghan who said, well, now we're going to go and the letters patent says that they're supposed to have this, so we're going to have it without waiting for the king. Because you see, even though Prince William was supposed to inherit, was entitled to be called Prince of Wales, he could not call himself Prince of Wales until the king bestowed that title onto him. This is why the king had to make an official announcement. The same thing with when Prince William and everybody's born. They all, under the law, are entitled, but the monarch has to officially bestow that title onto the children. So Meghan didn't wait for Charles because Charles was not giving it to her. So she went and said, now they're going to be known prince and princess. And then Charles, not having any spine, went along with it. Okay. So now we have a third. So we're going to see, depending on what the narrative is, either a miscarriage or another royal birth in the United States of America. We're going to be treated again to the fake moon bumps. So get ready for Meghan Small and me and I to be doing all these things. I mean, and you know what's so terrible? That this woman, just watch this clip and we'll talk about it.
The impact on your physical and mental health of all the pressure that you clearly feel under?
I would say, look, any woman especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable, and so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn,
It's a long time ago, but I remember, yeah.
And especially as a woman, it's a lot. So you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. But
Yes, that's Meghan Markle on ITV in South Africa. Other than the curtsy that she did for Netflix, there's been really, really terrible moments that Meghan Markle has done to people. But I think this one, along with the curtsy, it's top 10. They're really hard to beat each other. Because Meghan Markle is on a royal tour, and she used the occasion of a royal tour for impoverished women, women who had really suffered, to say nobody's asked me if I'm okay. And it's hard to be pregnant, and it's hard, after you have a baby with all that it carries. And as you read in that little thing that I posted, she didn't have any compassion for Catherine while Catherine was heavily pregnant, and Meghan Markle was allegedly bullying her daughter and bullying her, giving her a hard time. She didn't have any compassion when she brutally said, oh, you must have baby brains or you must be hormonal. Can you imagine if somebody had said that to Meghan Markle? That would have been all over the news. Meghan Markle would have made sure that leaked to the news. So what are we supposed to believe? What are we supposed to believe, guys? That Meghan Markle is a victim. That when she is going through that, that clip sums it up for me. That only when it happens to her, it matters. When it happens to somebody else, it does not matter. It doesn't matter when it happens to somebody else. It only matters when it happens to her. And it is okay for her to ridicule, mock somebody else. A mother who just given birth to a little baby, and her mocking her, calling her she has baby brain, so she must be hormonal, ridiculing her state of mind. And yet, she's like, oh my God, nobody's asked me if I'm okay. I'm sure everybody asked her if she was okay. But not okay enough. Because nobody was kissing her ass enough. That was the issue. And she was being called out on the alleged bullying she was doing. So this woman, we're going to be treated to this because she has nowhere else to go. So we're either going to go through a very public miscarriage or a very public fake pregnancy again, allowed to by the monarchy. At what point is this farce going to stop? Just look at these images. The ridicule. This is a woman who does not know how to be a mother. I don't think she's a mother at all. She's barely spent time with her kids. She spends time mostly roaming the halls of Beverly Hills hotels. And now we're treated to that Harry and Meghan they're starting to trash Meghan a little bit, because this was put out by somebody that does not like Meghan. That Harry wants to concentrate on the charitable side of things while Meghan wants to push her brand. This is a narrative that you're going to start seeing coming out more and more and more, which is false. Both of them want to concentrate on their brand. They're just trying to pitch that Harry wants to concentrate on charity and Meghan pushing the brand. Just like we saw what happened at Invictus, where they left those 2 children alone. Why did Meghan have to show up at the Invictus at all? Why not be with her 2 children? Instead of falsely claiming she's doing school runs, because one of them is 2 and another one is 4. What, preschool? So whenever it suits her, she doesn't go. For example, she didn't accompany Harry to the coronation. My hunch is that she wasn't invited. That's my hunch. But let's say she was. She didn't go because she said that her kids were her priority. and she was doing the school run. She told Invictus when she showed up late, oh, I was putting up the kids and stuff for the kids. Now we know she was at Fisher Island trying to film a promo for Invictus, because Meghan Markle has nothing going for her. So the only way that she's going to end up being like Octomom. So that this woman is allowed to call herself a mother while doing everything she did to her father. I mean, yeah, that's Meghan saying, Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I'm still your buckaroo. Your hugs are still the best thing in the world. Okay? That's Meghan Markle. The other one is on Thanksgiving Day, where Meghan claims that Mr. Markle was with Doria on a thing that Harry paid for in Los Angeles. I don't think that was the case. We never heard Mr. Markle say he was there with Doria, but we do hear Meghan Markle crediting Mr. Markle and those two people who gave birth to her, those two gems who gave birth to her, who brought her into the world for Thanksgiving, claiming that Harry's the one who paid for that because he couldn't be there. At this time, Harry started sort of dating her. Not really. He probably humped her July 1st at Soho House and a couple of other times on that second date that she managed to secure as soon as he made it to back to the cottage. So why, I mean, what is your bet, guys? How can this woman be sitting on a stage talking family, talking motherhood, while abandoning her two children all along, if those are hers? While trashing her, and I know I go on about this, but how? And these are the people in Hollywood, Carson Daly, talking about mental health. While he sits on stage and praises a woman who has absolutely demolished everybody around her, friends and family. How can that be? And these are the people that we're supposed to look up to. These are the people who are ruling us, basically. As I said yesterday, Meghan felt so comfortable that she can phone to the UK and say fire or suspend Piers Morgan. And as I said yesterday, if we lived in feudal times, this woman would have had Piers Morgan hung or decapitated, whatever. So we're supposed to believe that this woman who shows no compassion, no love for the father who raised her while her mother had dumped her and abandoned her, a father whom she praised constantly, and a woman who abandons her children. I mean, Meghan Markle left her kid, her newborn baby, to fly across the country, across the continent, to go see Serena Williams play tennis, abandoning her child. But when she did a royal duty, oh, I have to leave because I have to go feed my kid. Remember that? She didn't have time to do her royal duties because she uses the kids as an excuse. Oh, I have to leave early because actually it's just quite boring. I'm fed up with this and this is not glamorous enough and I'm not getting the recognition and I'm not allowed to bring my photographers and I can't use it for Netflix in the future. So I have to leave because, breastfeeding. Oh, the Duchess, breastfeeding. Breastfeeding what? She didn't give birth to those kids. Okay? But when she flew across the continent to go see Serena Williams just for a weekend, to see her play, she didn't say, oh, I can't because I have to be home in time to breastfeed my kid. And nobody criticized her for that. So now we're going to be treated to a third round of baby drama, baby miscarriage or baby drama. Are we going to allow it? Which way do you think Charles is going to go this time? Leave me your thoughts.